Lodge side. The Candy Lodge side is top of chair 5, top of 22, and top of chair 4. Back when I first started, we'd have guys on 23, 14, 12. I mean, every chairlift had a patrol bump.
What's not so much
bump? A bump is basically at the top. We keep the 2-man coverage. Okay, so there'll be two people sitting up here pretty much at all times unless someone gets a call. And the rest of the crew's out skiing, doing work, whatever needs to be done.
Tom intensely concentrated.
Two up here, then whoever's out doing work or skiing, they come up and they bump somebody out. And the next person goes out and they start skiing, doing work, whatever needs to get done. So, you know, we kind of just have it worked into a system. So we try to keep Cyber out of our bump as long as possible. So this is Matt Cyber.
Hey, Matt.
Over here is Corey Denton.
Hey, Corey.
I'm going to let Corey go through Seabird. Right? Seabird. I'm going to let Corey explain to you guys a lot of the equipment that we keep up here. Most of our rescue equipment, rope rescue, backcountry rescue type of stuff is up here. So, Corey, you're on deck, dude.
Welcome. Glad to see people enthusiastic about what we do in the mountains. But generally, there's kind of sort of 4 types of rescue that we do. You know, all falls under search and rescue. We got avalanche rescue, which you guys know about because of the dogs. They're just. Did you guys just get back, Matt?
Yep, we got back yesterday from squad for both of our dogs. One recertifying underneath the Canadian standard, and the other one, the 3-year-old lab, getting his first certification under the Canadian standard. And we run underneath the Canadian standard because it's the strictest that certifies here in North America.
So we got.
Where are they now?
We got. I think they're both off.
Chief today is over at Jim recertifying his state certification, which is not as strong as the Canadian one, but we'd like to have multiple of our bases. And King has the day off today. He's hopefully couch surfing. He had a busy week.
So we've got avalanche rescue. I'll talk about some of the other tools we use for that. We've got backside rescue. So this big pack right here next to Brett for people who ski past our boundary signs and they're like, this can't be out of bounds. The skiing looks great here. Which 90% of the time, 90% of the time that is the case. They see the sign, they're like, this can't be out of bounds. Look at this, looks beautiful.
Why are there no tracks down here?
Yeah. And then they end up down at Red's Lake, and sometimes they find the phone that says, "Are you lost?" Or, oops. But we have a pack up here that's full of all kinds of stuff to help backcountry rescue and keep someone warm when we get there. Staying out late, there's MREs in there, there's some blankets and an extra fleece and water.
As in Army MREs?
Snowsuits for them, and you come up with the skins, or?
These guys, yeah.
That's for the borders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, wait, but is that for the person you're rescuing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Tom, stop looking interested.
Slog pretty well.
Yeah.
The borders, you only sneak in this deep, and you're looking for them, and all of a sudden you start seeing these tracks that are all crotch stoppers, and you're like, that sucks. Wonder how long they've been doing that for. You just gotta follow their track, and you're like, here, these will help a little bit. At least get them to the road, and then we'll take a cat around and pick them up, and then give them a nice good bill at the end of the day.
How much it costs? How much it costs?
It depends.
Depends on how
it
involved.
You're going to be paying for snowcat time, snowmobile time, our time, all the wages. So it can be anywhere, depending on how involved it is, from $750 to $2,000. So note to self, don't get lost. If you go outside the boundary, have a plan on how to get out.
And have a credit card.
Can we go in, like, say we all wanted to go backcountry and get
We'll just divide it up.
Then you split the $2,000.
Don't get a group discount and cat skiing.
So we got Abbey Rescue, backcountry rescue. Next thing we do is, especially in the closed area off the side of Climax there. You guys know where that closed sign is. People will see good snow there, and they ski down, and all of a sudden there's a 40-foot cliff there, and we have people that sometimes realize it soon enough and cut back out, and they just lose their ticket for being in the closed area. And then you got other people who make it to the edge of the cliff, freak out, and they're just holding on to those little bushes there. Like, I can't move! So then we got this pack. That's free, except they lose their pass for being in the closed area. It also happens we've had people get stuck in if it's a pass, it's for 10 days.
Yeah.
If it's a day ticket for the day.
How do you guys just watch there in case people get stuck?
You can see it from top of 3. So, it's pretty obvious. But, there'll be other cliff areas. Over on Chair 22, there's a couple areas people will get cliffed out and freaked out and not able to hike back up. So we've got a few different rope rescue packs scattered about the mountain. Here at Chair 3 at Mid, and then over on Chair 22. And it's just these things here are called pickets. They're for making snow anchors. And then we've got all kinds of harnesses and webbing and rope to be able to belay people and get down there, put them on a rope, and have them hike back up to be able to get into a safe area.
Set up a pulley system for them?
Usually just have them walk up.
So that's enough to, you don't freeze it or anything in there, you just
They can be set different ways. If the snow's hard, you can pound them straight in and clip off, off the top.
Right.
If the snow's soft, you have to do what we call dead men, which is like you're gonna dig a hole, put it in there, and then it has a pulls against all that snow underneath. Then ideally, if there's somewhere there's trees, those work a lot better. We've also got rope bags. They're in the closet. I won't worry too much about it, but they're for cornice removal. So if you get big cornices where standing on the edge, maybe kicking it's a little dicey, then we can rope up and do that. Next up, got a couple different tools. One of them is out there. They're called spatulas, and we have like 8-foot tall spatulas and like 12-foot long spatulas. They're just metal bars with a spatula-looking thing on the end, and you just go like this. To knock down the cornice. We've also got this, which is a cornice saw, 2 handles on the end. With some cornices you can loop it over, and then you just slice it. The whole thing just goes. It's pretty fun when you get really big. When you get like Volkswagen-sized chunks that go, and then especially out towards the tail, you go up. We have we call it Gargoyle Ridge, and the cornices form these big looking things, and they curve out. So it makes it really easy to use this. When they curve in, it doesn't work very well. But you get big gargoyles that are car-sized chunks, and they hit the trees. And the trees are like, whoa! It's pretty fun. So again, Abbey Rescue, backside rescue, rope rescue, and then kind of with rope rescue, we also have sort of chair and gondola evacuation. We got one pack here that actually belongs to 12. But our chair evac is real simple.
What's chair evac?
So the chair stops working.
So the chair breaks down, maintenance can't fix it, which
You can't just jump off.
happens.
Yeah, but then we'll pick you up in a toboggan.
And this is real simple. For chair evac, we'll one of 2 ways we'll do. We either throw it over the haul rope, or we'll put it over the comm line and have people haul it up, and they wrap around the chairlift, under direction. And then this can be worn as either upper or lower body harness. So for the chair evac, it'll be put on the upper body, so it'll be pretty hard to get it on with your skis on. And this thing just loops up and over, and super comfortable.
Note the sarcasm.
And then these just come over your arms, and this rope's hanging up over above you, and you're just like, okay, and then you push off the chair and then you get lowered down. Gondola evac's a bit more complicated because in order to do gondola evac, you have to get on top of the gondola to open the door. So we have all kinds of fancy equipment that we store at Mid, and then also cache at Candy Lodge for the village gondola. And there we ride down on the cable, get on top of the car, set up an anchor, pop the door open, rappel down into the car, lower everyone out, ascend back up, roll to the next cabin. So
you guys travel James Bond
it's
stuff like that?
pretty involved.
You do one cabin, you guys do that?
Just, well, one person can do one cabin at a time. We have 16 setups, and we have 16 rescuers doing it all at the same time. That's one of those things that, like, everyone on patrol can do cherry bag. Yeah, not everyone on patrol would be into the gondola vac. It's like you're not comfortable with heights, you're not comfortable with all the rigging. It's like, yeah, don't do it. You
So
know?
how many guys on the team have?
About 30 people that are gondola evac trained.
Do you guys have to do that frequently?
We do it once a year. Every fall, we do a week of training just before the mountain opens.
But live, I mean, did you ever have to?
They had to do one on the old gondola,
Yeah.
but not on this one. They just did the lower span on the old gondola. Yeah, I forget what year it was, but it's been a long time. And I believe when June had the QFC, they might have had to evacuate that once.
Thanks, Corey.
But yeah, so far
Good info.
we haven't had haven't had to do this. We've had a couple times where we're like, the village goes down for like 30 minutes, and we're like,
You couldn't, I mean,
start getting ready to
all
do
through
it.
the bags.
Like, oh, we gotta run again. Yeah, the maintenance does really well, and yeah.